Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to BRI's special shiur on the matriarch Rochel, the Mama Rochel, as we call her in Yiddish. Today is Ches Cheshvan, 8 days in Cheshvan. Rochel Imeinu's Yahrzeit is 11 days in Cheshvan. 11 days in Cheshvan, which means it's Thursday. This week, Thursday. What is so special about Rochel Imeinu? First, the Zohar speaks about Rochel as paralleling the Shechina. The Shechina that is mostly with Am Yisrael. Leah is also the Shechina. She represents a more hidden aspect. Rochel is a more revealed aspect, which is why Rochel is buried on the road, right next to the road. Leah is buried in Ma'oros HaMachpelah. She's concealed. Rochel is right on the road. Why is she right on the road? Rashi explains in Parshas Vayechi that Rochel passed away on the road. Why? Yaakov Avinu knew that there will be an exile, and the Jews will be exiled, and they will pass by the area, they will be forced to pass by the area where Rochel Imeinu is buried, in Bethlehem, in Breslov. So he buried her there on the road, so that when his descendants, at the time of the exile of the first temple, they will be led out of Eretz Israel to Babylon, they will have to be passed by Rochel Imeinu's kever. And they will pray there. They will pray by the kever, by the gravesite, and they will invoke Hashem. Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, who was the prophet at the time that the temple was destroyed, has a verse. I believe it's chapter 30, it may be 31. Yirmiyahu Hanavi says, Koil Baroma Nishma. Hashem says, there is a voice heard on high. Rochel Mevaka Alboneha. Rochel, the Shechina, the mother of Klal Yisrael, is praying for her children. She's crying for her children. Me'ana lihinochem alboneha. She refuses to be consoled for her children that are being led and suffering in exile. Ki enenu. That consolation is not yet there. Koy Oma Hashem. Thus said Hashem. Mini kolich bibechi. Hold back your tears. Ve'inayach midima. And hold back your eyes from crying and shedding more tears. Ki yesh tikva le'achrisech liyom Hashem. In the end of time, it will be good. Ki yesh tikva, there is hope. V'shovu v'yeretz oyev. Your children will return from where they have been exiled all over the globe. V'yesh tikva le'achrisech liyom Hashem. And there is hope for your end. There is hope. V'shovu bonim legvulam, and the Jews will return to their heritage, to their borders, to their country. This is what Yirmiyahu Hanavi said some 2,500 years ago, and actually almost 3,000 years ago. And we see it happening. We see it happening how the Jews are slowly returning to the land, and they're building it up. The land was waste. Almost nothing happened here. Those who did inhabit the land, they did nothing with it. The Jews came back, the land is sprouting. Desert became fields that yield incredible, beautiful, wonderful crops. The prophet told us this would happen. It's happening now. But it's not complete. It's holding back. Why? Why? What's the delay? The delay is us. The delay is we are not crying and praying enough. We are not exhorting the Shekhinah, the presence of Hashem. We're not bothering her enough with our prayers. We have to strengthen ourselves. We have to take hold of the fact that we have prayers all these years and they all add up. Not one prayer goes lost. Not one prayer ever goes lost. And that is why the gravesite of Rachel Imeinu, or Yahrzeit again, is coming up Thursday. That is why the gravesite of Rachel Imeinu is always populated with people going there to pray again, to pray some more. Thank Hashem, I've been there countless times, and we just have to keep the prayers going. That's all that Rachel, our matriarch, asks from us. Pray. Pray to Hashem. We're now in very difficult times here in Israel. There's a war going on with Gaza, with the Hamas. May their name be blotted out entirely. Murderers, rapists, killers, beheaders of children and whatnot. Don't ever think that if they get rid of Am Yisrael, that they will stop there. Because Islam has a in their teachings that Islam has to rule over the entire world. All those women who fight for what they call Palestine and Gazans, they don't realize that they're next, and they'll all be going with hijabs, and they're going to invoke the ire of Iran. They're going to behead them like they did to that lady in Iran a year or two ago. And it's going to happen that way all over the world. Don't the men think that you're going to become free if Islam takes over. It's not that way. Rachel, our matriarch Rachel, tells us, pray. Pray that the Ishmaelite loses his position, loses his power. Pray. Pray to Hashem for salvation, and you will be heard. And that's the importance of the Yahrzeit this coming Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday, of Rachel Imeinu. May Hashem help that we turn to Hashem and that we do the right thing. We ask Hashem again and again to save us, be our rock and our salvation. And with that, Be'ez Hashem, we'll see the coming of Mashiach and the salvation of all Am Yisrael. Amen.